اوكي بشينو يتوينا الكل عندهم أنا بالسوريو أو بإنجليشيو سوريو كويلو بروفيسور إتلال سليم حنب شينو كيبخ محكت لنيو بكاريوثو نشغل بالسوريو لو ينفودو تبعت محكت لن بكاريوثو ميكو كوثت وماينا سيدرو وبثر بودينا كتلن فالجيشوثو سو جعلنا موسكنا وزبنا فخذ
بسيمة رابي شلام عليكم همسمتن ديدي آيلا همسمتن ديدي آيلا the role of the university and the church in preserving the Syriac language in Nineveh after 2003 دور بصوبة وعيتو بنطار ديشانا سوريايا بنينو بثر شاتد تري ألبو وطلط كلنا كذا أنهن ديرو إيتاثا أنهي شقيل دورة رابا بنطارد مردوثة أو يرتوثة تسورايم اتلن حيل من ديانة دتوقع ضخن ودخن انهن دخ محفظلة ايتا وبيت صوبة ديشانا سوريايا مقامي مادم حاكح عن بيت صوبة سبيشال يعني بيت صوبة موصل بالذات محاكح عن دور ايتا اخا بنينوم مان سكريبت دي اتلن رابع حيل دكيو اهو بديرد مار بهنام وخات حسارة قمينا اني ديك منطريهن مباثر مادي إلن داعش او ايسس الموصل ودمسيطر المثواثن قمينا اني يعني بوكس اند مان سكريبت دكيلا دكم ناطريهن وكم ناطرهم بالذات أبونا وفاذرز يعقوب عيسو أنا دها موجودين هنا في سيمينار بغداد بثر ما دحصل التحرير موصل ودترهن أو تديرن أخني كسوراي ديرن فاذرز يعقوب عيسو بغداد وزل الديرة وكم بالطن كم قشخ بهذه صورة ديك قشخ لا قاما يعني كيوا انطرهن ديرة ولك ما يب ايسس انه ديال ليهن او موقفن دغدو بتينا ومثواثا سرايم بعدين خزخ انه مار ميخائيل نجيب ميخائيل الدومانيكي اهو نشقل ودل قنطرون دنطارد ديرتوثا ديدن أني لكم حكين عنه لأنه إيثن حيلن ريسيرشرز كنا ويذا أبحاث عنه بس ذهب الداثخ دخ إيتتن أو إيتاثن يعني أخني إتلن مثواثة تتي أنهن حالة كمهتمي بهذا من ديواه إيتت بغداد مثل بغداد أو القش أول شيء كوديهن أو أول من دي كودي training courses on Syriac methods was held at Mar Afram Institute أخبت خازخ من شأت تتري ألبو طلاب بديهن كودي أني كورسز أو دقيالة لأنه قمنا أنه دكيون حكم عراق أنهن لثوانا أو اهتمام رابع آخر بتخازخ أنه بيث زدق النهوة ديك موديهن إما الطقسة أو صلواثة ديدا كسراي بالدافخ مقامي لانه ايجا هدي الهن ودبديله باثر ترير بوطلشن بديلا ايتا اهي مهتمة بهذا مندي وبرش الديدا خدخ ياخد خازخ انه اتلن حيلة اخ نقاشة بعد انه قبئ نطري هذا ليشانا قاشة قمايد بديلة كبداية أو beginning بغداد أهوله فاذر سالم عطلة أبونا سالم عطلة أهوله آخا خازخ إنه مشاتت تري أبو طلب هل شاتت يعني دزلن وإنه كنترول داعش على المثواثن ودقرقلن ودبشلن بعنكاوة إنه كرفانات قشخ رغم إنه ديكخوا بكرفانات بتخازخ انه مستمر يعني كورسات زود نهوي وايبا نتشمخ انه يعني نقى قميثه وكوديلا بشأتت تري البو وشو وأسر يعني بعديك يا اخوه بعنكاون قيمه دقرخ المثواثن يعني بتشمخ خدقه مش قصه مدقه البيت زوق النهوي أي طبعا صلوثة لا موجودة لا بإيده
قول صديق النهوي قد مويه صديق العفو متمقط ويا رحم الليل عداري صديق النهوي دخرون المريم مدبارا وينور دعزم شبطور السيني طوب داوث مولالو طوب الزيحت فرمل قبخن في طوب دعزث فرصوب وملت عمدالو شرير منالو شرير تاون زمر لم شبح بذخر يالت هللو يصلو طعاما
بارخ مار لا فهم لغرابي درتك فهمت آخر بالدافخ من داني هم شلامد ملاخي أيضا يعني هم دي كنكوديه بليشانا سوريايا وكي خازخ أنه مسكند برايمري يعني هل هاير أو سكندري سكولز آخر كي وكوديه لأنه آخر بعد لثوا أنا نبي صوبي ولا منافع فبتقشخ انه دخينا كمر فيه من شأت تري البو طلاب هل هذه شأت تري البو خمش وسري كنا ويذا خمش وسري كورسز او بث جازو يلبونا يعني دي كنا كمر في اني زورم ايتا اهي كودلهن لانه اخني مباثر تري البو طلاب شن انه مؤلهن يلابد لشان سوريايا بس لثولا آخر ملفون وملفونياثا فلذلك أنه إيتا آهي كيوا كوذا هذه مندي أو آهي للسباق أنه دوذا أني مندي يعني أيضا بألقش غزينا من 2000 العفو من شأت تري البطلات شنة هل دها كلا كوذا أني كورسس يعني أو بيزدق نفس مندي لأنه لشانا خائلة تكلنا داثلنا خلنا مندي إنه أتلن مندي خاثة إبريلة كنارة أوركسترا كنارة كما وذلا أبونا دريد بربر جمع ليالي زور ومناثة بنونو وبنوته فأني دكيو موهوبين فكتي لكم كم جامعة وكما وذ كنارة أيضا هذه أوركسترا بشليلة حيلا يعني صدى رابع بأوروبا فلذلك أنه بداية تحكى صلواثيا وبداية تح كطقس أنه داخل إتاثا بعدين كخازق دها محول لأنه بشلة أيضا يعني كمشاركة مهرجانات انترناشونال يعني خاصة بهم. ضمن داني دهام من بدأت الفيديو إنه أتلن دائما أو always يعني خازخة إنه مهتمة بصلواته أكثر شيء وطقس جدا، فبتخازخ أخا قمينا يعني ترتيلة وترنيمة آهلة قملة مريم ديك مرخلة يعني فترة صومة وفترة آلام دمشيحة، فهذه ترتيلة يعني خازخلة حيل منتشرة مثواثا أخني كسوراي بداية أهو طبعا كما ودلادي ترتيلة قاشا بطرس ججو ماثت كرملش بشأتد 1800 مطلثو شوئي أهل على شكل قصيدة يعني كنبلة بإشتيبه ثواثة بلشانة سوريايا دغدي ميرا أنه منتشرة بكله بلداثنا ومثواثا ديا هذا قاشا بطرس آهله كل كثير واحد يعني صرته وشكله دي يحكي ظهره قمينا إنه آهي بخط الاسترنجيلي بس بهم in the same time يعني خازخله بقرشوني يعني اهو بالحرف العرباية يعني، فما كامر انه دائما بداية تحت قملة مريم برت الداوذ رخشلة ومبقلة البراية خيرة وغزيلة بين اثناشي ايش عبرونح عزيزة إذا حكتيفة وصلي والخاصح بنبالخو أقلاتا غزيلة شبرح كويلة بروقي وكوز عضية إليداتا أهو حيل اللي يعني أهو دغميرا اشتي بيت هواثيلا بس بتخازق دها أخني موسيقى كالنارة دخ يعني أهلا طقنا هذه مردوثة جدا دا أوروبا حتى جمخلو بتخازخ الناثة ويالا دكينا، وأيضا إنه كشاوقة هذه إنه درخمي مردوثة ويرتوثة جدا. سوري حيل رابلة بس لك بتعرضنا كولا لأنه تقريبا 5 دقائق كده دها يعني دورة أوركسترا كالنارة رابلة فلك بتعرضنا كله بس شقلي إنه كدورة داخل دقيقة جدا إنه بشليلة حيل صيت رابة بعلمه دها بالداثخ لأنه قصة يعني تايم جدا فبداثخ دورة بيث صوبة بنطارد ديرتوثا ديدا أو ديشانا سوريايا ديدا بالذات، إنه أول ما بدأت محاكي عن بيت صوب الموصل، لأنه هي the first إنه ديك موضالة هذا مندي، لأنه مثواثا سوراي يعني كل هذا بدأت خازق إكما مدارس وقي يعني بيت صوب الموصل، لأنه أخني بخازق إكما مدرسياثا إيث باني مثواثا بالداثخ يعني بتشقن يعني لايك اكزامبل بس إن كاثخ بتخازخ كندرغاتين شمانيهن كندرغاتي قرقوش فيرست قرقوش فيرست سكند قرقوش البيبون السريانية أني باثت بغدادنا بالداثخ البرايمري سكولز بغداد مدرسة بتول دبنوثو، مدرسة التسامح، مدرسة التغلبية، زوراء، طاهرة دبنوتو، طاهرة ماسيرا دومانيكيات، ملفونو دبنوتل، ملفونو دبنوي، آشور بانيبال السريانية، آشور بانيبال دبناتل، آشور أور نجد قرقوش نجد مار يوسف. أنا بتخازخ بغداد إيثت منأسر مدارس يعني primary schools إن قرقوش، فأني كلين بخازخ إنه لتلن ملفونو ملفونياثا، لأنه دائما كزل دقري الإيتا أو القاش إنه كنا تريدو هذه training course أو بيتجازو كورسات. داخل كرمش بتخازخ لها البرايمري سكولز بس تتي مدرسياثا إيثة كرمليس دبنوتو وكرمليس دبناتي. داخل برت لإتلا شوا مدرسياثا برطلة الأولى دبنوتو، برطلة الثانية دبنوية، وبرطلة الأولى دبنوية وبرطلة الثانية دبنوتي. حنين السريانية ومدرسة دمار يعقوب البرطلي، مدرسة رجا. إن كاثخ البطناية بس غذا مدرسة إتلا برايمري سكول. القش بتخازخ له أخني إتلن آخا أني مدارس دئتلن لتلن ملفونياثا. إن كاثخ أني مدارس برطلة باطنايا بس غذاء إتلن بألقش إتلن أربع جنبور إتلن تتي دبنوتو دبناثة بتسقوبة إتلن تتي وبعين سفني إتلن غذاء وبتلكيب إتلن غذاء بعشيقة إتلن تمان وبعزاني تتي بس إتلن. إن كاف أيضا إتلن ميركي إتلن تتي بالداخل سكندري سكول أو هاي سكولز بغداد إتلن بس الشت هلا قرقوش دبنوت وقرقوش دبناثي وبغداد وحمدانية وتغلب والرافدين. إن كاثخ البرط إتلن بس أربع مدرسياثا بعشيقة طلف أحزاني تتي شيخان غذاء عين سفني غذاء بغداد إتلن تمانة وكرملش إتلن تتي برطلة إتلن خمش وبعشيقة إتلن أربب بحزاني إتلن تتي بطنايا إتلن غذاء وتسقوبة إتلن تتي وعين سفني إتلن غذاء القش إتلن تتي وعين سفني إتلن غذاء. فأني مدارس كلها كان برايمري وكان سكندري سكولز أهو لتلن ملفونيات. فأخني قاعدة ودنا نستدي حتى مقد مخلا وتي وخلا دا بيت صوب الموصل وذلن زلن كلهن جلن أني مدرسياثا قاعدة زيلا إنه فعلا إنه أخني بحاجة دو أوذخ مناثة ديشانا سوريايا. يا أخي خازخ يعني أخني لأنه أساساً مرجوثة جداً يعني ديشانة عرباية لا فخازخ لأنه بما أنه مثواثاً أخني كسوراي خازخ لأنه لشانة عرباية ولشانة سوريايا. أني مدارس برطلة أني مدارس كرملش من دي اختيار هذيك مقشخل إنه بألقش كنويذة يعني خط المسماري أو لشانة عربية أو حروف عربية بمادة الاجتماعيات الصف الأول متوسط. فكنوي ذا يعني حال من دي اختراعه بس آدي لا آدي مدرسة دقيبة هذا مندي لأنه لازم الضرة يعني الأصول جدا كأكاديا أو سومري. أنا مدارس القش كلهن كخازخ يعني اكسبت يعني مدرسيات بعشيقة خازخن إنهن لبن لشانة سوريا كثيوة لأنه لتلن أساساً مالفونو فلذلك أخني إنه كبيت صوب الموصل كياوا غدا مبادرة قوية إنه دودخ هذا ناثا وفعلاً كما أيضاً دودخ له وإدوك يخ آخر أيضاً يعني بتخخ بغداد خازخ دخ دائما يعني دودا ديفلوبمنت بين بيت صوب الموصل وبيت صوب السينما كان وخاويته بس برافو.
فردي غالبا الفنيثو إتلال فتحينا الشغولة أو كومنتس خذ.
آخر على قرأتين كتاب الإسماعيلية كانت أنقش. هذه الإسماعيلية أورغانيكية جديدة وليست كتاب القطعية صلى الله عليه وسلم لا أسيرين ولا سومرية. هذه أورغانيكية من سوريا 1900 قبل الميلاد جديد العالم كانت تاريخها إذا هي ما مقطعية لا أشورية ولا سومرية. هذه أورغانيكية سورية. تمام؟
شكرا.
ولا نبيها.
بس دكتور عامر أوغاريتية إيه بس أوغاريتية كلها صولح بس كلها أكادية يعني بالدارة ليه؟
يعني نوع السيمتريك.
إيه سيمتريك خلاص. it's okay.
خذ.
Something I have noticed that mostly within the Catholic faith of the night, I see a lot of Gershuni. I mean, I don't know why they rely so much on Gershuni. But for me, it's a lot harder to read Gershuni than to learn the alphabet of our own alphabet. So I don't know what's the reason for them to do Gershuni. If you give it to an ordinary person to read the Gershuni, it will be very difficult for them. If you use the alphabet, the Syrian Aramaic alphabet, it will be much easier. So when does the church realize that what they're doing is wrong? And they have to be back. If you guys don't do it, nobody's going to do it. You have to push them.
فهمت. وسيكون
ترجم.
الترجمة؟
لا هي ترجمة. دي موريك صورة. حكي من بصورة. أوكي.
يستعملون الجرشوني بشكل كبير جدا وهذا شيء غلط لانه الجرشوني من الشخص العادي يقرا ويصل يعني من اقراب لغتنا العشريه الاراميه اشوف هوايه اسئله اقل واحاول افتهمها بالجرشوني
رابي
تطلع يعني الصوره ما تطلع بالعربيه يعني ليش دخلوا الجرشوني ما افتهم انا اعتبره مساله سياسيه لا اصلا
رابي أو فترة من فترات إنه صح في كودي يعني كثب قرشوني بس ما هي إنه اللثم ولا مندي يعني آية كده دمرخ إنه يعني كيوم دري قيود لين إنه أخلي لك مستعمل أخلا هذه لغة لأنه ثيلة فترة يعني I can't speak English فكمرينا فترة تأميم المدارس أخني كده كلها مدرسيات هذيكية وقوموصل كلهن مدارس سورية سواء يعني كمرخ مدارس أهلية مدارس دقيتاثا تابعين دقيتاثا فهو إيه قاعدة ثيلة فترة ألبا وتشام وأربي وده يحصل له إنه كمرية تأميم المدارس أخني مضطرين إنه درخشخ منهن فتبايش لشان عربايا فإيتا يعني أخي ألا عينا إيتاثا إنه شقلخ أحمل رابا لكن ما يعني سمخي بصلمن يعني أكيدت إنه من ديانة سورة يومية كيدنابينج يومية قطالة يومية فأنا محفظي الدغدغة الأرواح دي إليه لو دقري اللشانة بس مع ذلك انه ايتتن للكاميرا انه اخني ده غزينا ايتتن تلدور رابا انه يعني
خليني اسال سؤال، حكيتي عن دور الكنيسه والجامعه الحفاظ على التراث. طيب وين دور الكنيسه في ارجاع اللغه؟ وين دورك انت وامي؟ وقفوا القرشين.
ان شاء الله راح نوقفها بعد هي اول
اوكي تبدي كمان كيتو شو لحري نبي حارة نيكولاس شو بونو كلاو
ماكو برشوني ايه
دكتوري بشمتي
شمايو خير
اوكي بقالي إلى ده كيف من نشان قال مدرسياتا كيف الإيد كبيرة مدرسياتا قال بدش ننورد نكمل الشارع يعني من بكرة من مديرية التعليم السرياني مثلا والمير إنه تتلن خمسة مدرسياتا تكمل قاوي للشارع فأول شيء تكمل بيئة إلى قشمة إلى صبراء ثوبونوي أنا خشبوني المطرخ الشارع بتمحكي له يا لزورة يعني أول سورة أخذ محتوى قاوي مش يا لسورة آلي أو لشان قلبية ما إلى تخمنتك قال مني وهل إدخل حركة قاوت ينقاوت بين صوبة موصل ينقاوت مديرية التعليم السرياني تتخلقي كورسات خاطئة وكتاوة خاطئة تعملوا بديشان محكيتها التيار الزوخة.
اوكي ثانك يو رابي اكيد يعني اوف كورس يعني اخني اتلن حيله يعني بلاحق قمينا وايد اكيد بتاوت منا انه دودخ هذا مندي بس كده ادي شيء تقميت له يعني اتلن حيله تحديات يعني قمينا انه لازم دودخن اول شيء انه يال بنو يعني يالو ناس ديكنا كاثينا يعني حتى لشانة دتن حيلة يعني قصة لكي دي محكي ثاني شيء انه اخني كمولفون ومولفونياتا انها اساسا لكدي يعني لكدي ملفون ومولفونياتا فهذا بش دورا اخني انه كبيت صوبي انه مول بخن يعني in the future اكيد يعني بدو دخ بروجرامز انه دمحولخ من دادي الشأدة يعني انه المؤلخ لشانا هو لشانا الداعي عندي يحكم رخله مدرن يعني ابن مؤلخلن بايش هذا دورا وان شاء الله يعني ما طخ من ديان عندك باخر
تبدي كمان كنت لازمنا الشوالة حارويو فقود
غزي هو يعني سنتر يعني سوراي انها جو بغدادة وجو القش لانه يعني حيل راب ناشي بقاوح سوراي من دي اختيار انه بألقش لو ثنخا ديموغرافيك تشينج يعني بقوهن يعني مثواثن بغداد ده كلام مسمخته تقريبا يعني كرمنش ما ثزرت لا بس ما هي اعداد اتلن حل رابه بس اخني لك ناشخ انه اني داثينا كبيت صوبي انه دمناثد لشانه سوريايا انه لك كليه بس دا لشانه سوريايا اذا بزل مثلا طبيه هندسه اني فحيل اذا اني ددره كليه كنا بيش عدا موصل اني لا خلال ديره ولتلن ولا مدرجت موصل بس اني مثواثه ديتن كلهن اتلن مدرشياثه عندك بذكريه كلها لانه هذه يعني الصدي ثابته رسميه انه كم رفع اخلى وزاره التعليم العراقيه وثيله موافقه بقاوه
تبدي غلبة مالفونيثو كمان نعود جلوزم باطلين اركي افرم تبدي غلبة افرم كبرت دمتكم خبري ميخم لومكلو Okay.
I could, in relation to what we have on the line, of course, it was totally.
خلينا شيء خلينا شيء
Second,
Thank
the
you.
technology that is used at our schools, unfortunately, reflects the methodology, reflects as our professor said, we need to do at least 15 books. I feel that first of all 7, and then do special books.
هاي كنا ودنا معايا
It's not only in
الحمد لله.
but also in diaspora. I was in Sweden. We had a chance to have a language symposium, and I realized that everybody does as we have been doing, with no orientation, with no combination, and this is imperative. Or we do something useful, or we will fail again. And this complex to still dreaming of the classical Syria is a big mistake. We have to teach our kids how they live, how they have been taught at home by their mom and dad and brothers and sisters. And you have to standardize this language. Okay, classical one is a huge richness, but it's not useful for a new generation that doesn't manage its language as they should. So this is why I'm insisting on focusing on what is most urgently needed. Working on pedagogical books, not only a grammar, but it must be based on the needs of the 21st century. We, at our schools, as you see, without good theater and this and that, we don't teach the language. This is the problem. So let's really work in an ordered way and collective in order to produce something useful for everybody and avoid to shift again to Harshuni and I don't know what. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
After this session, we are going to have 25 or 30 minutes. After this session, I'm missing this. I'm just technician now. Do you hear us well? Your microphone is muted. Please try to activate your microphone. هيدا مخي
شلون مالوكم؟
ثبت مخي صافينا
شلون مالوكم؟
This is I'm very sorry. ما في لو فينا. But it's the same. This one is better. No. Use this one. Well, هيدا مخي.
شلون مالوكم؟
Wait.
هاي البقال الشماية.
You should. كلا خصاني. كيف شامخ لها بس لا شامخ لها. Here, this one. This is no idea. This is your.
Select microphone, select speaker, Epson, maybe.
No, Epson شو أنا.
Speaker.
Okay.
شمايته؟
Okay, wait. Please.
Yes. Well, we have an honor. We have an honor to introduce a scholar by name Eve Sada. And could you tell me, Sada, is it Sada or Sada?
It is Sahda.
Sada. Okay. My niece's name is Eve Saada. Saadi, I thought probably it's exactly like the name. Well, welcome here, and we cannot wait to hear about the tradition of our Gilgamesh, the famous Gilgamesh, and the famous contextualization of Gilgamesh in modern time. So please introduce more yourself, and we are here waiting to hear from you.
شلون مالوكم؟ وهاويتم راو بسيمة ققريتي قاداها لمادة أربع بغداين قتل منوخو وجربا لمر يخلنا لوكم. I'll share my screen directly to the presentation. Itli permission to share. Can you give me permission so I can share my... هدية مصايتو تخزيتو باوربوينت؟
We hear you only.
هدية
We don't see it now.
you cannot see the PowerPoint? I just shared my screen. Yeah.
So start sharing, please.
Yeah, I did.
No, it doesn't work.
You have to switch it.
Maybe I'm the first online speaker. Okay. No problem.
Monitors, you have to switch it. Switch the monitors or the share. Otherwise, Zoom or the second screen share. The monitors.
No, خادعنا. يعني على الكمبيوتر هرجعنا.
Well, then talk, and it's going to be almost impossible with wire Zoom. So please.
يعني هذه لا تنصايقة خزيتو أيام.
Hey, wait.
Now.
Yes. Here we go.
Very good.
Okay.
Just put it for the presentation.
Yep.
Like, no, it's on your side. You have to do it. Like, a full screen presentation. Oh, okay, that's
That's
this
also
okay.
screen.
Please go on.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
On the bottom of your computer, you have like a screen. Yeah, there, push, yeah?
Yep. طب ليه لما بيونا هدية? Okay, so
Please.
yeah, all right.
Perfect.
Presentation إلى إديو with Gilgamesh opera. It's going to be reviving the ancient epic through innovative music, dance, and visual design. Gilgamesh is a new opera inspired by the stories of the Epic of Gilgamesh, which was originally documented in the ancient Mesopotamian city of Uruk, and it's now in Iraq, of course, and preserved on clay tablets at the Royal Library of Ashurbanipal in Nineveh. Through research and artistic innovation, the performance presents the art and traditions of Mesopotamia to modern audiences. The opera integrates ancient narratives with contemporary artistry through song, dance, and visual design, using cultural aspects preserved in clay tablets, wall reliefs, and extant musical instruments. The opera incorporates contemporary Assyrian musical style and dance traditions, exploring the integration of Eastern and Western musical systems within an operatic settings. This presentation explores the creative process behind Gilgamesh, emphasizing its connection between ancient heritage and modern expression, while encouraging listeners to interact thoughtfully with Mesopotamia's legacy that was preserved by ancient Assyrians. I'd like to start by asking 3 questions. Why the Epic of Gilgamesh matters? And then why opera as the medium? And the third question, why Gilgamesh at the Nineveh Chair Conference? Why I'm sharing this at the conference today? So first, why the Epic of Gilgamesh matters? The Epic of Gilgamesh matters because it is the world's earliest surviving masterpiece of literature, rooted in ancient Mesopotamian heritage and carrying forward the voice of one of humanity's first civilizations. Its themes, mortality, the search for meaning, friendship, and the desire for legacy remain profoundly human and timeless, resonating across cultures and eras. Through the stories of Gilgamesh, we see our own enduring struggles and aspirations mirrored in its verses. The Epic of Gilgamesh is a foundational literary and cultural treasure that is globally respected. In 705 BC, the Assyrian scribe Nabu-Zurubkenu copied the final tablet of the Epic of Gilgamesh, showing how Assyrians turned to the epic for meaning after King Sargon's second sudden death. Fearing his father's restless spirit, Sargon's son, Sennacherib, abandoned Dur-Sharrukin and moved to the royal court to Nineveh, which marked the beginning of the ambitious building project that made it great city of the ancient Near East. Sennacherib expanded Nineveh into the largest city of the time through massive walls, his palace without rival, advanced canals, gardens, and temple restorations. The standard Babylonian scribe, of course, was Sin Lepi Annuni. That's where what we know today as standard Babylonian Gilgamesh tablet. Just to mention that. but the Assyrian scribe that I talked about, that's Nabu, the volcano, that specific scribe copied the number 12 tablet, the last tablet, in the Assyrian times. And now, why opera as the medium? Opera is powerful and unique medium because it incorporates multiple art forms, music, theater, poetry, and visual design into one interactive experience. This combination of elaborate vocal expression, orchestral richness, and dramatic staging allows for a depth of storytelling that transcends words. Opera combines the grand scope of epic stories with the closeness of human emotion, making it a perfect way to bring ancient tales like the Epic of Gilgamesh to life. The expressiveness of opera not only conveys the story's themes that I mentioned, like mortality, friendship, and others, and the search for meaning, but also creates a personal and collective experience for contemporary audiences. Why Gilgamesh at the Nineveh Chair Conference? Many of friends asked me, why are you presenting Gilgamesh? Maybe it's not a Syrian story in the beginning, of course. So why I'm presenting this today? Sharing insights about the new Gilgamesh opera at the Nineveh Chair Conference is important, as the Epic of Gilgamesh originated from Mesopotamia and has shaped the cultural imagination of its people, including the Assyrians, for centuries. Originating in Sumerian first, of course, and then Akkadian traditions, Gilgamesh was preserved, transmitted, and reinterpreted within the Assyrian Empire, most particularly through the tablets discovered in the Royal Library of Ashurbanipal in Nineveh. And you can see that this is from the British Museum. They have it as it's a library, but different sizes of tablets and different themes. Bringing Gilgamesh as one of humanity's earliest literary masterwork into the context of Assyrian studies not only honors its textual preservation in Nineveh, but also highlights the continuity of Assyrian contributions to world heritage. The epic was composed nearly 4,000 years ago in ancient Mesopotamia. Gilgamesh was a significant work in world literature and cultural memory, and serves as the foundational work that predates and anticipates later traditions. Emerging from ancient Mesopotamia, it explores timeless themes. We just mentioned the mortality, friendship, loss, and the pursuit of immortality, resonating with us as humans. The stories of Gilgamesh, collected and compiled from 12 cuneiform tablets, were among the oldest literary works. The earliest copies appeared, we said, later versions were written in Akkadian during the Babylonian and Assyrian periods as well. Its timeless themes resonate with successive civilizations who preserved and cherished the stories as part of their own cultural experience. The project vision and artistic goals. The vision of Gilgamesh opera began when Nora Bet Yosef Lacey aimed to reimagine the epic, celebrating Mesopotamian heritage through living Assyrian cultural elements, affirming the resilience of the Assyrian people and sharing their voice through music, dance, and storytelling with the wider global community. Showcasing the work at, and this is important, at an artistic level comparable to other major operas. It's not a small thing, it's a real opera. And now I'm going to take you to some of the details in our approach. Tradition meets innovation. The opera inspired by the Epic of Gilgamesh, so it's not like a book or a paper or like it's going to go exactly how the epic was copied, but it's inspired because let's remember this is an opera, this is art. The opera inspired by the epic reflects the creative team's reflected the creative team's vision. The libretto, the script of the opera, is written by Diana Farrell in English, and some parts will be performed in both English and Akkadian, which was translated by Dr. Zach Cherry as artistic work rather than a documentary. Many creative choices were made to suit each scene in the opera. There will also be some surprises I'm not revealing today, but I'm going to keep them for you to enjoy at the premiere. From the composition side, the composer Derek Sky brings tradition and innovation together by grounding the music in Mesopotamian and Assyrian melodic practices while shaping them within a contemporary operatic framework. For example, in the first act, in Act 1, Derek shows like Eastern modes in the composition, known for us maybe and for other people as maqamat or maqam, Eastern modes, using different Eastern modes that are part of our musical system. Because there are maqamat in other cultures like Turkish, other Arabic, but they're using them in a different way. So we're using how we as Assyrians using these maqams, weaving them into a modern harmonic and rhythmic textures that expand the expressive range while keeping the Assyrian identity at the core. This approach extends to instrumentation and vocal writing. Traditional motifs are voiced through both Western orchestral forces and electronic sound design, while the singers traverse modal inflections rooted in the Middle Eastern practice, yet projected with the dramatic intensity of opera. The result is a sound that honors ancient traditions while opening them into new dimensions for today's audiences. And now for the part, the dance part, the movements. Movement reveals character identity and posture, guiding the audience through the story. In Gilgamesh, this will be rooted in Assyrian folk dance traditions, creating a distinctive movement language for the opera. While preserving heritage, the choreography also seeks to push beyond tradition, evolving gestures and forms to embody the epic with greater depth. Drawing from Assyrian dances, such as the khigga that we dance, the choreography will honor tradition while reimagining it for the stage. Assyrian folk dance will create the foundation of the movement that will take the stage and embody the story. While Ashtar, she's our Assyrian dance leader, researches the traditions and the stories behind our Assyrian folk dances and leads the traditional dance components of the opera. She will also be developing movement that transcends beyond the line, allowing us to tell the Epic of Gilgamesh with greater depth. Gilgamesh becomes the space where ancient movements meet contemporary expression. And hopefully this will work, and I'm just gonna tell me if you can hear anything.
We don't.
There's no sound available.
That's Hushaba.
If the music or just the movement?
Music and dance. You can't hear.
You don't hear.
I think you should do the settings for next speakers if they want to share more. So this was at the convention. Let me at least from our community, our singers, Sargon Yohanna and Raqada Khoshaba, they were like in a workshop with us at the convention, a Syrian convention in LA. We were working on some dances. Yeah, I'm sorry you couldn't hear. Maybe you have to do some settings, changes in the settings so you can hear the music. But in this case, I'm not going to be able to let you listen to the beginning of the opera as well. So let's see. Okay, I will keep going. And now for the visual design. In opera, it's not only music, it's dance, it's visual design, it's the libretto, it's all together. The scenic design, costumes, projection, multimedia, these are all important elements. The visual world of Gilgamesh begins with careful research, drawing on archaeology, literature, and historical art to ensure authenticity. These references from surviving reliefs and architectural forms to textile motifs inform the designs. As stage director, Diana she's the libretto and the stage, librettist and the stage director, adopts these elements for live performance, carefully balancing sightlines, quick changes, technical requirements, budget, and overall aesthetics. Costumes emphasize recognizable symbols and silhouettes inspired by depictions of the Anunnaki, immediately, like making the divine immediately visible from distance while remaining practical and flexible for the movement. Scenically, a modular stone-like platform and hanging flat. These are, of course, the theatrical walls that you're gonna see in the opera premiere, create an interchangeable system which reconfigures into zikr steps, Uruk's walls, Ishtar's temple, and column throne room. So this is about the scenes. Projection mapping transforms those shared units, animating carved reliefs and painting surfaces with water, fire, starlight, and shifting color to move us fluidly between Uruk, the cedar forest, the underworld, and the celestial plane. A tablet-shaped stargate etched with cuneiform gives the gods a concrete vehicle to cross realms. Just as in the original epic, the characters come to life through the written tablets, this theatrical convention creates a portal to allow their communication, inspiration, and intervention in the demigod king's story, integrating scenic design, costumes, projections, and multimedia into one living mythic language. Now, this work is not done by one person or just the creative team. In this opera, experts from music, theater, dance, visual arts, and technology collaborate closely to create a fully realized, immersive storytelling experience, where every element, sound, movement, visuals, and stagecraft supports the story of Gilgamesh. Music forming a foundation that is then blended with Western operatic techniques to create a unique sound. In this production, music, dance, and visual art merge to create a fully integrated performance. The score interacts with movement, while costumes, sets, and projection respond to both music and choreography, forming a unified living expression of the epic of Gilgamesh. Each element supports and enhances the other. So the audience experiences the story enough through multiple senses at once. In addition to the creative team, Gilgamesh is enriched by the support of our Assyrian community, including professors. You're one of them, Professor. Musicians, choirs, singers, and dance experts, whom we are grateful and who will be, of course, properly acknowledged. And I can show you, this was a trip. So I will play it, but it's not gonna. This was a trip. The composer, myself, we went to Toronto to communicate and to learn from our Assyrian community, church chants, folk music. Our composer was playing with our Assyrian musician. So this is Hani Dankha, and in the back, two chanters from the Ancient Church of the East and the Syrian Church of the East from Toronto, singing hymns and chants, just letting the composer to listen to our maqams, to our modes, to our qali, so he can have the idea, the full idea. And unfortunately now you cannot hear, but they're playing together. He's playing, he kind of like invented an instrument that imitates the Zorna sound. So that's what our composer here is playing. This is the image at the church. So the composer was recording the choir, singing the hymns, the chants, which is very important, because how can we get the sound of the ancient without our own sounds, like whether it's a church or folk music. And this is, again, we met with our Assyrian composers and arrangers. This is Daoud Barkho, very known for many of you, again, playing music, playing live music. Impact and significance. This includes reviving ancient heritage for contemporary audiences and cultural preservation and innovation. The Gilgamesh opera bridges the ancient and the modern worlds, transforming a timeless Mesopotamian epic into a living performative experience. The Epic of Gilgamesh begins with Sumerian stories, but continued to live and carry meaning in subsequent Assyrian culture, where kings and scribes played a crucial role in preserving and transmitting it. By reviving the story for contemporary audiences, the opera celebrates Assyrian cultural heritage and honors their legacy of safeguarding what was valuable in the most organized and organized and sophisticated way of their time, creating what is known today as the oldest discovered library. It also acknowledges the efforts of Assyrian scribes who carefully record stories, recipes, legal letters, everyday life accounts, and medical prescriptions, ensuring that this cultural knowledge endures and continues to inspire. Also very important is academic preservation. The opera recognizes the creation of the world's earliest and first Assyrian library. In total, the library contained over 30,000 tablets, making it the largest and most comprehensive collection of knowledge in the ancient Near East. And here, some of the titles that they were in the library, literary and epic text, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, Enuma Elish, it's the Babylonian creation epic, and others. Historical and royal records, administrative and legal texts, and those were contracts, documents, And then we have scientific text, medical, religious ritual, hymns, prayers, divination manuals, and then we have the everyday life, which is the household inventories and recipes, practical instruction, all that. I was going to let you listen to this, but again, you're not. These videos, actually, you can go and listen to them on our Facebook page, Gilgamesh the Opera. You can enjoy the music on your phones since you cannot hear them now. But these are like short 30 seconds videos that we are uploading to our Facebook page. And these are from our workshops, so, and that's it. And to conclude, we're writing a history book. You don't begin with contemporary events. You always get to start at the beginning, especially when that beginning is not only the origin of Mesopotamian heritage for us, but also recognized as foundational in world literature. We hope that this project will be followed by other projects in different other artistic musical genres. Our Gilgamesh opera expands the global operatic repertoire by introducing a non-Western epic and fostering intercultural dialogue while educating audiences about Mesopotamia, Assyrian history, culture, and arts. Through this medium, we can connect with Western audiences who may know little of our living culture, sharing who we were, who we are now, and the dramatic events in between that shaped our continuity and identity today. Therefore, Gilgamesh epic doesn't stop at being a Sumerian tale origin, but transcends time and culture, continuing to carry meaning with contemporary audiences worldwide through the Assyrian legacy and the Assyrian Royal Library in Nineveh. When we seek to understand people, lands, inventions, challenges, or the arts, we are taught to begin at the origins. In the performing arts, one of the most powerful ways to learn and preserve history, we tell these beginnings through creative expression. Gilgamesh is the perfect starting point for us in arts, illuminating the origins of our first royal library, one that filled the world with knowledge and became the foundation of much of the understanding we rely on everyday life today. Where could be a better place to share modern opera based on the Epic of Gilgamesh found in the ancient library of Nineveh than at the Nineveh Academic Chair at the University of Salamanca, one of Europe's oldest academic institutions. It is essential that the Nineveh Chair encompass all types of research, knowledge, and the arts, just as the ancient library in Nineveh preserved all types of knowledge from science, medicine, arts, and literature. And before I invite you to engage with Gilgamesh opera, I will take you back to my first question, why Gilgamesh matters. As the world's oldest epic, Gilgamesh opera draws attention to Assyrian heritage through our ancient city of Nineveh, our ancient Assyrian library, our great Assyrian king Ashurbanipal, our people, and our enduring presence, past and present. And finally, I will invite you, this is an invitation for you to experience and engage with the opera, with Gilgamesh. How do you engage with Gilgamesh? Or how can you help grow our audience to achieve our vision and recognition to our Assyrian culture heritage through this opera? You can attend the opera that is going to premiere in Los Angeles in March 2026, but you can also have the responsibility to share our work and the preparations by following our social media pages and share them with your family and friends. Share Gilgamesh with Assyrian and non-Assyrian audiences to promote recognition of Assyrian cultural heritage. Such work takes years of preparation and work, and your contribution in sharing Gilgamesh is not less of importance than other roles in the opera. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It was so instructive, so exciting. And we have a few minutes for questions.
Yes.
Go ahead, Shomir.
Could you hear me? That's what I want to know.
Do you hear?
Can you hear?
I can hear you, not very clear. There is an echo, but I can hear you. I hope I can. I can hear you. I cannot hear the questions.
Dr. Samir Jonah
The
asked.
troublemakers, that's okay.
I think you need a mic so I can hear him. I cannot hear.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, this work is extremely difficult. I can tell you it's a lot more complex than the most complex operation I've ever done. You're trying to interpret all texts and come up with melodies and choreography to transpose or project a story into the listener. I can tell you probably 95% of people know what Gilgamesh is. However, if you ask him, do you understand the story? Probably less than 10% understand it. So my question to you, I mean, they've never read it, they just heard about it. So my question to you, are you gonna interpose some texts during the show to explain the next scene so that people can understand it? Or alternatively, you come up with the story in 2-3 pages that people can read before the performance so that they understand and connect with the performance. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. Samir. Halbat, yes, we will have program notes, we will have text, even when it's in English, not only the Akkadian, we will have the text on the screens now. Operas are doing that in all shows. We will have that available for, and the program notes, of course, for everyone who is attending the opera. I hope I heard your question and this can answer your question.
Just
Thank
last
you,
question.
Basima.
But short,
Another
please,
question.
and short answer.
For Dr. Sargon.
Hi, Eve. It would be interesting if, do you have any plans to simulcast this type of work in theaters? I don't know, I mean, they do it, like Metropolitan Opera does that. So a wider audience throughout, for example, US, they can go and watch it. And of course, they pay money and things like that. Just a question, maybe a suggestion. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I heard some of your question, but not,
Metropolitan Opera, when they have new operas, they actually do simulcast in theaters, local theaters. So even though the opera is performed in New York, but I can go to a local theater in Chicago, I can watch it. So I'm wondering if you could do the same thing so that you have a wider reach to, you have to, of course, arrange it with local theaters. And it's not free, you have to pay for it, of course. That's just
many decisions will be made after the premiere, and we hope to also take it to like live performance to other, it's not going to be only LA. We were hoping to take it in a live performance to other states and hopefully to other countries. But that's another, what you just mentioned is very important, and we are looking into that too.
Thank you very much. By the way, I have booked the biggest hall in Salamanca for about 1,200 people.
Oh, wow. Thank you. We're so excited.
A big clash for...
Merci, Maraba. Crazy.
And now, as we have, thank you very much.
You like me?
Yes, we are going.
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. We have 30 minutes or 25 minutes. Thank you. If I'm going to switch off, okay? technology has come to Ashur.
Perfect.
So, just briefly, because it was seen as we failed with one conference, we are going to use this short time to introduce you one of the important activities that is being developed in Ashur and outside Ashur. So, may I introduce you Robina Lachin or Lachin? Lachin. So, the idea is to just update you, inform you about the activities of Etuti. Everybody knows it, so you don't need any introduction, but Robina will do a short description. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you. The role is yours.
Thank you, Rabia, for the opportunity. It's very important to us to be present, to be known as well, because after a beautiful day of theory in protecting and preserving Assyrian culture and history and language, I want to show you the practical implementation of projects in the Assyrian homeland. We are Etuti Institute, which is an Assyrian institute, so Shotaputat Etuti, my existence. It's about, as you can see, we have a few keywords here: independent, inclusive, innovative. Etuti Institute is independent because we are not tied to any political party or church. We work for Assyrians, for young Assyrians, for women, for children, for youth, in the homeland and in regions where Assyrians are currently living, such as Armenia, for example. Exactly. So we want to educate, enable, and empower. What we want to do is we want to offer opportunities to young Assyrians, to women in the homeland, to be able to stay if they want to. We want to give them opportunities to continue their education, to develop skills, all these things. And I want to present that within these slides. We have 10 project categories, as you can see. I'm not going to read them all to you because I'm going to present some of them, but we do try to cover a lot of fields to have projects in the homeland, in Assyria. One big thing that we're very proud of is our center in Baghdad, in the Nineveh Plains. It's our Etuti Center. We've established it in 2017. We've moved since to another building, and we do a lot of things there. So we do the projects, the programs, the courses, everything we do. It's also for just social gathering. If the young Assyrians want to come together to play card games, to just hang out together. We also rent it to other organizations, for example, if they want to use the space to also do their courses or their projects. And we have, as you can see, 3 jobs for Assyrian women, like jobs, not just temporary jobs, but that's their income in Baghdad. So we have a center manager, we have a librarian, and we have a cleaner. And we try to grow. This is the part of creating jobs to keep people in Syria, in Iraq, if they want to. We have a beautiful project called Ithwa Ulithwa, or Itwa Ulithwa, which is a reading project for kids, for children. It has the goal to develop the cognitive function of children and also just the storytelling, the cultural continuity for the new generations. What we also do is driving lessons for women, especially in Deshtet Nineveh. So we want women to try to be independent if they want to get jobs, if they need to go from place to place. They can have the opportunity through Etuti and driving instructors to learn how to drive. What we also do is computer skills training, Microsoft programs, for example, Excel, and so on. And we certificate all these things. So what we do is we train the people in these things, and then in the end they have a certificate that they can put in their CV when they apply for jobs. What we're especially proud of are the NABU Educational Awards. They are a scholarship program of Etuti Institute where we, since 2018, every year fund the education of university students in Iraq and in Armenia. These are all the things that we've done so far. So you can see there's several NABU Educational Awards scholarships. We have we've been able to provide 130 student scholarships for university students, which means we either pay their tuition, which is, for example, in Armenia, we pay their university tuition, or we give them laptops, for example, so they can study. There's a process, ordinary process of people to apply for these scholarships. You can see back here, 2024. This year, we also have a 2025 scholarship program. We haven't been through the whole process yet. What we also have is the Etuti Annual Leadership Program. This is a yearly program where about 3 to 4 days, we go to Assyrian villages and spend these days with young Assyrians, developing leadership skills, developing practical activities, and doing a community service as well. So wherever we go, we ask the village, what do you need? And then with the villagers together, we work towards implementing a new project. You can see through the years, this is like a small through the years. We've been in Barwar, we've been in Nala, we've been in Sersing, we've been in Bebede, we've been in Nineveh, we've been in Hazarjot, we've been in Bakhetme, and we've been in, this year we've been in Diana and Haudian. So every year, next year, we'll see where it takes us. What we also do is the careers and jobs. So we, through donations, Etuti is solely donation-based. So nothing, we don't earn money ourselves. We try to go through donation. We try to get donations to support to implement all these projects. So we've been able to, thanks to all the donors, support 20 Assyrian careers, which means we help people build their careers. So we help them with small fundings, we help them with office space, we help them with equipment, these kind of things, for them to be able to build a career again within the Assyrian homeland. What we also do is try to improve the homeland or the regions there in the social life. So we just don't want to do just the jobs, we want there to be spaces where they can spend time, which is this project, or these projects actually. We build playgrounds, for example here in Dure, we build a playground. We build stadiums and bleachers, so people, for the soccer games. Soccer is very, very popular in northern Iraq, especially with all the football clubs. We do as you can see, there was Bakhetme, this is Hazarjot again, in Nala as well. All these fields are for the young people to just be able to spend fun time there, to say, I can go out, I can go somewhere, I don't have to sit around and be bored. Yeah. And something else is, as I said, we work in Iraq, we also work in Armenia. There's a group or an organization called Gabbara. It's in the villages of Arzni, if you know about the Syrian villages in Armenia. And we help them a lot. That was the picture from a 2-week program where some of our Etuti leaders went there to help them build a structure to keep the organization going, let's say. As you can see, we taught them to establish and run an organization, how to do that. We planned marketing, marketing plans. We taught them how to write proposals, where to find proposals to apply to. All these things. So they can easily, even if Etuti is not there physically, the Gabbara organization can still go and can still keep on going, doing their work for the Assyrian youth in Armenia. What we started, I think 2 years ago, was the Volunteer Assyria project, which is a project where people from the diaspora, this is for example a girl from America, from the US, that applied for the project, where they can come with their ideas, apply to Etuti with their whole idea, and then we get the people from the diaspora with their skills, with what they studied, with what they do, and they plan the project. We bring them to Assyria or to Iraq, and that's where they can then teach their skills to the Assyrian youth in the cities, for example. And we have a long pipeline of projects, and even if someone here wants to work with Etuti and to teach young Assyrians, young women in there, or any group, any kind of group, please go through Volunteer Assyria and write us a project proposal. Yeah, I went through it very quickly. Yeah, because we want to go to dinner. But what I want to emphasize on again is Etuti is donation-based. We need money. We don't need money for ourselves. We need money for all the projects that you just saw and even more. There's so much that we did and that we're doing, so many projects. We apply, or we want you to, even if you can't donate, let's say, please find ways to support us. Please spread the word. Come to Assyria. Even if you want to do trips to Assyria, talk to us, talk to me, go to social media. I'm the vice president, Savina is the president. We have so many volunteers in Assyria, in northern Iraq, especially, that can do tours with you, for example. So Etuti is a great organization, I am biased, to stay in touch with the homeland. Thank you so much.
Poet Raba Basimta. Indeed, this activity, I thought that it was good to include it in the program, even it's very short, but I know the qualities of Rabina, so, and I was sure, we are arriving now to the questions. Just in order to tell you why we have added, because it was foreseen for tomorrow, before the exhibition of the Assyrian royal clothes. But I thought it was good to have a specific session for this, because I feel energy when I see such Assyrians doing things, attracting youth to Assyria, and involving them. You can't imagine how many young ladies and boys have been to Ashur and they came totally transformed. So this is also very important. Not only academia is necessary, but such initiatives are absolutely needed in order to regenerate, in order to push forward. Because this is the way how we can rebuild our legacy, our nation, our language. If you have the touch with, when I was in Ashur for the first time, I cried. For the first time, I just touched the ground of my ancestors. And they do it. This is probably the fourth generation that is now going back and touching the Assyrian ground and living an experience which is unique. And such projects are highly needed. If you want to keep the people there, you have to find a way how to invest there. Otherwise, there's no chance. Let's be clear. So now we have a few minutes just for the questions, but please short questions, and if you can, short answer.
I'll try.
Yeah. First, it was Valia, please.
Yeah.
So who would they contact and how would that go about?
There's different ways. You can either go through me personally, for example. You meet me here, you can go through me. I can leave my contact info with you. We are on every social media platform thinkable. We have an email address that you can contact. Our president, Savina, if some of you know her, she lives in the US. You can simply message us on Facebook. So it's very easy. You can really just easily talk to us. We'll set up meetings, we'll go forward with a program, what you need, what you want, where you want to go, find available leaders in the homeland, and then we can create a course.
There was a question first, and then Sargon, and the last one yours.
I will ask very short question. So, did you guys ever think about giving out maybe loans?
We do that.
Loans to displaced people, so maybe they can get a truck driver license or something, they can start earning money and then pay back, so you guys can keep rolling the money to other people, you know?
Yeah. We do that here in Careers and Jobs already. These are microloans. So we give smaller loans to people, for example, to buy, what's it called in English, a tractor for their farming. We give them money to build, to buy cameras, for example, because they want to become a photographer. And then we put up a plan on how and when they can slowly, very slowly, pay back these loans. As much as they can. Like we're not gonna, it's very fair. Of course we know, like they start the business, they need time until the business gets, starts bringing in income. So very, very slowly, there's always, the thought is, give out the loan for them to start the business, get it back again, to reinvest it in someone else. So we do that already.
That's amazing, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Sargon?
How many students did you pay scholarship for and for? Is it like a one-time scholarship or a 4-year college?
It's for 1 year. It's a 1-year scholarship, but they can reapply. So if someone is in a bachelor's, a master's, most of the people that we support are bachelor students. They can apply and reapply, because we the process of them getting accepted is based on the income of their, the way they is, income of the family, their own income, what exactly they need, how high the tuition is, what their plans are for the future, if their grades are good, of course. So we want to see that they take it serious. It's always for 1 year, as I said, but they can always reapply and it continues.
They can apply for any program?
For any program?
When they go to college, for any program?
Yes. Any program.
So we are going to, I have taken, no, don't worry, yeah. Yes, please.
Why Ethiopian? Its name. What's its meaning?
E2T. Wujudi.
Wujudi. Kafra.
Yeah, wujudi. Yani we are. Yes. We exist. Yes. So E2T Institute is registered in the US. In Iraq, if you go through the registration, it's called Wujudi Institute.
The root is E-tuta, which means existence. It comes from Atai, the ancient language, so it's used in the modern ones. Yes, I'm thankful to you. Just a big applause for the big effort.
Thank you so much.
And I invite other young people, Assyrian youth, to participate. This is a huge work and a magnificent experience. So I warmly invite all of you to start with probably a visit to Ashur.
Yes, you're always welcome.
Yeah. Now, classical issues or important points. From here, we are going to move. It's very close. The restaurant where you are invited to have the dinner. Yes, please. We are going, we try to have lunch and dinner together because it's also a moment where we share ideas, projects, why not? And yes, those who have been appointed for the dinner or who want to participate, you are warmly welcome. And the restaurant name is El Bardo, which is behind the cathedral. So from here to the restaurant, we have about